Hi, good morning. It looks to be a terrific Tuesday, and I'm grateful for you checking in and spending some time with me this morning. If you know me, you know that one of my great passions, one of my great loves is reading. And any day is made better if I'm able to spend a good portion of it reading. One of my all-time favorite books is that great classic by John Irving, A Prayer for Owen Meany. The book opens with these haunting words: I am doomed to remember a boy with a wrecked voice, not because of his voice, or because he was the smallest person I ever knew, or even because he was the instrument of my mother's death, but because he is the reason I believe in God. I am a Christian because of Owen Meany. I make no claim to have a life in Christ or with Christ, and certainly not for Christ, which I heard some zealots claim. I'm not very sophisticated in my knowledge of the Old Testament, and I've not read the New Testament since my Sunday school days, except for those passages that I hear read aloud to me when I go to church. I'm somewhat more familiar with the passages from the Bible that appear in the Book of Common Prayer. I read my prayer book often, and my Bible only on holy days. The prayer book is so much more orderly. How true. The Bible, like life, is messy, but thinking about those words, thought about the people who have shaped my life, the people who have most influenced me, and those of you who know me won't be surprised that the top of my list begins with my dying father. My father was a high school principal, and a couple years ago they closed the school that he ended his career at. They put together a little book of remembrance, and about my father they said, Clayton Graham, one of the most positive, hopeful, optimistic people to ever live. He had the ability to see good in every one of his students. My dad was generous and humble and soft-spoken and believed in letting his actions speak most loudly for him. And then another man that was just so significant in my life is Fred Weimert. Fred was the pastor of Calvary Baptist Church in Baltimore when I was there. We worked together for about 6 years, and from Fred, I learned that there are no disposable people. Fred wasn't out to save the marginalized or to fix them, but to stand with them and to love them as they are and as they were. And from Fred, too, I also learned, a lesson I'm still trying to learn, is change takes time, so be patient. I'd love for you to reply to this Facebook post or the email that you're receiving. Let me know who has touched your life and helped you become the person that you are. One of my dad's favorite little sayings, he didn't have a lot of sayings, but one of his favorite sayings was, keep it simple. And a few years ago, I happened upon a prayer that I've shared with a number of you, but I'd like to close this morning segment reading it. I'm so good at confounding and complicating my life. I'm an expert when it comes to adding fear to all my worries. I'm an ace at mistrusting all the choices that I make. I'm a champ at assuming things will probably get worse. I'm proficient in the art of blowing things way out of proportion. I'm tops at overanalyzing all that I decide. I'm a whiz at making mountains out of molehills. Help me to see things as they are. Unravel my scrambled thoughts. Resolve the doubts that numb my mind. Relieve me of overthinking. Help me to trust what my heart does know and to follow where it leads. Help me to keep it simple. And for today, that is my hope, my prayer, and my aspiration. Take care. Thanks for checking in. Be well. Be safe.